please remain standing for the national anthem of Hungary.
Voice for this afternoon, and the world-class lacrosse. And we'll get you some starting goaltenders here, shall we? And we'll start off with that man right there, wearing number 0 is Michael Rio-Mau. That game yesterday could have been significantly different had it not been for his just incredible play that we saw throughout the entirety, even when Australia was team Hungary. And now just a quick word from the officials with both teams, and we are just about ready to get set here once they get the clock sorted as well. And apologies as well, our clock, our score bug, currently dealing with some issues that we are working on getting fixed as we speak. So I'm going to go without it for the time being, and we'll try to keep you guys as updated as possible with the time, with the scoreboard. But again, apologies, we are working on that. We have a crew working on it as we speak. But we are underway. Game number 2 on this turf. And Hungary will get the loose ball following a face-off win, and up the floor they will go. Another strong jersey matchup, we'll say, as Nathan Twist gets the first touch here for Hungary. Looking for a target far side. Deciding to go righty strong on this set. Looking for a lane, spin through to the middle, tough in the corner, now back to the near side. Shot off the mask of Rio-Mau, he shakes it off, gets another toe save, and that one ricochets all the way out of play. How about that for your first 2 saves from the netminder? Reset goes the way of Hungary. Working it around the outside once again, Nathan Twist will send it over to the right. He's big windup, big shot into the midsection of Rio-Mau, and he's already registered with 3 saves to his name. What a start. And now Puerto Rico will try to reward him with a solid offensive set of their own. To the outside they go. Steven Ramirez follows it up over to the lefty. Shot a bouncer off the mark. That'll go high off the glass and out of play cleanly.
Once again, favorites, just a reminder that lacrosse balls and other equipment will link to field of play and will travel at a high rate of speed. So we just ask that you
and now here comes Hungary.
on the field at all times.
Rough ride into the corner boards. Loose ball available. Picked up. Solid offensive set. A bouncer off the mark. That'll go high off the glass and out of play cleanly.
Once again, favorites, just a reminder that lacrosse balls and other equipment will link to field of play and will travel at a high rate of speed. So we just ask that you
and now a bouncer off the mark. That'll go high off the glass and out of play cleanly.
Once again, favorites, just a reminder that lacrosse balls and other equipment will link to field of play and will travel at a high rate of speed. So we just ask that you
and now a bouncer off the mark. That'll go high off the glass and out of play cleanly.
Once again, favorites, just a reminder that lacrosse balls and other
Interference call will end that possession a little earlier than Hungary would have liked to chalk up. And here comes Puerto Rico. Back into the offensive zone they go. Ramirez wanted the pass, but a defender came to close the gap. Good read there to not feed him as the shot clock goes down to 15. Back to the outside they go. 12:45 remaining in the first. Pass to the middle, blocked before it got through. Knocked forward. Hungary had a chance for it. They got their reset, but Puerto Rico keeping after it. Brandon Perkins gets another possession. Now Czibur. Over to Ramirez, then down to the corner. Pass through, another deflected one on a feed to the middle. Taken away. We'll see if Hungary can escape the zone this time around. As Czibur just bats that down into the corner. Perkins digging for it. In comes a second defender, and he gets pinched into the corner boards, but he'll draw an interference call. So now some tired defenders here for Team Hungary. And Puerto Rico will go to the outside. Will Rivera to Will Ramos. Near side feed. Faking with a cutback. Now onto the wrong side, but a feed through to the corner. Halfway through the shot clock. Pass out of the reach of the intended target. Brandon Perkins will collect from distance. 10 to shoot. Near side feed. Saavedra. Shot through a screen off the inside of the foot of Robertson and into the corner. Another reset here for Puerto Rico, who've just dominated the offensive side of the ball to start off this game. Little extra experience with them already getting into some action in their game yesterday. So maybe it's Hungary's turn to shake off some of the nerves, and Dirk Robertson shakes him out right there with a save from his knees. A bouncer that was going towards the top corner, and he fought it off. Here comes Hungary now. Looking to solve Michael Riomao. Again, they had those early looks, but the goaltender stood the test of time each time around. Now under 10 to shoot. Lobbed pass through the middle, but a good slide by a defender. Roman Laugosny getting it done on both ends of the floor. He opened the scoring and now just took away another chance. Anthony Irizarry. He'll slow up, back to the perimeter. Steven Ramirez. Shopping for a target, finds one near side in Czibur. It'll be a very righty strong set as there's just one lone lefty on the floor. Will Ramos gets it. Pass through, one to shoot. They get one off in time, and Robertson dropping down again. Gets enough to keep it on the right side of the goal line. Quick up in transition over the center line. It's Peter Gudmundsson. Now a drive low. Nathan Twist. Blind shot goes well wide off the corner boards. Got to be careful of a back over call here, and Hungary does a good job to keep it in play. Shot almost beat Riomao. He was leaning over to his left, but it went to the other side. And he again holds his team up by 1. 9:45 now remaining in the first quarter. Almost said period there, George. That's cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, of course. Fake shot. Tuck move back to the corner. 5 to shoot. Back to the outside they go. Perkins, double clutched, looking for a lane. Can he get a shot up in time? He tried to pass it to the near side instead, but the clock expires. Hungary will take it back. 9:21 remaining. In comes Twist. He'll wait for the rest of the change. Gets a swim move around the first check. Passes over to his right. Return now to Twist. Far side feed. Halfway through the shot clock. Shot through some legs, off some legs, and out of play. They'll say it deflected off a Puerto Rico defender, so it will remain Hungary possession. And they will get a reset to boot. Physicality coming to play early here in the middle of the floor as Hungary tried to just muscle their way through. But a flurry of bodies take away that lane. Now Puerto Rico just tosses it up the floor, and they'll just give possession right back. So those defenders are going to come back out onto the turf here. Another tough pass to handle, but the Hungary captain does a good job there. That's Peter Gudmundsson. He's getting a rough ride, just tries to dump that one backwards, gets some help, but a third defender comes in and crunches him into the corner boards. Puerto Rico with that extra jump in their step. Phil Brady fakes the pass, takes the shot, and puts it wide. Oh, he had Robertson leaning, but just could not hit the target. Now, Steven Ramirez. So the late man joining will be Will Ramos. Joined in by the likes of Will Rivera. Bit of a dynamic duo, number 19 and 91. There's a shot. Rebound falls over to Ramos. Couldn't handle it. Ramirez can pass through. Yapur with a jump shot, one-timer. Robertson got over in time. And with the clock winding down to 7:54, that'll get us to our under 8-minute media timeout. And man, oh man, just a 1-0 game, but Puerto Rico has looked incredible here to start. Hungary had those early chances, 3 shots in a row and 3 sharp saves from Michael Riomao. But ever since then, it feels like it's been Puerto Rico with possession virtually the entire time since. And they're getting their looks, but just have not been able to solve Dirk Robertson since that first tally. Of course, that one coming from the stick of Roman Laugosny. And then he had that defensive play just a moment ago on his side of the floor as well. So very active. And I'm sure we will see more of that as we continue now with the Hungary coaching staff having a word with their players. And I can just kind of see what they're talking through based on some hand motions here, needing a little bit more motion to come through on some swings. A little bit too stagnant around the outside. And probably a little bit of, hey guys, let's just settle down a little bit here. We're on the world stage. It's game number 1. Of course, there's some nerves, but we're confident in our group. Let's just settle into things, and I'm sure we'll see more of that as we continue to progress. Ball's going to start in the crease of Dirk Robertson. He's just going to take possession of himself as everybody vacated the defensive zone. Now some help comes in the form of Nathan Twist, but he's pressured, and Puerto Rico takes it right back. Nice move, tucking underneath on top of the crease and putting it wide. Oh my goodness. Another chance and a reverse backhand sent wide again. And now Hungary will escape their zone. So there were some glorious chances. But Cameron Laugosny just unable to put one on target or beat Robertson. Now Hungary with a chance. Looking for their play after a timeout. Griffin Bartos with a falling shot. Got an extra shot while he was on the ground. No call there, but Puerto Rico going to go off to the races. A 2-on-2 forming. See if they want to go to goal. They do with a shot from distance. And Robertson dropped down to his knees once again. He got enough of it, but felt it starting to roll behind. And a wise play by the netminder to just fall. Now Nathan Twist gets some help. Turn to twist again to a intended target that was not expecting it. That was Dylan Portnoy looking one way as the pass came in. And now Puerto Rico with an opportunity as they finish the rest of their change. Brandon Perkins, first to collect. So he wanted to feed the streaking defender heading back to the bench, replaced now by Will Ramos. Another righty strong set as Ramos steps into a rising sidearm shot off the shoulder of the goaltender. Pass to the middle, Yapor sends it wide. Now Ramos lost it in his feet. Nobody near him though, so he'll slow things down. Still 20 on the shot clock. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. And that'll get us an interference call. A little overzealous screen being set. That was Owen Fasulka, the culprit there, ending that possession. And Team Hungary with a chance now to tie this game. Reminder, it is only 1-0 with just under 6 minutes to play here in quarter number one. Puerto Rico has dominated, but only one goal to their name thus far. Far side feed, 10 to shoot. Off a body and then high off the glass. Now they got a man up the floor if they can hit him as Irizarry's got a clear-cut breakaway looking for the second goal and puts it off the post. Beat the goaltender, but not his best friend. And the rebound falls near the center line, and Puerto Rico will take it right back and get a reset. Now 5:20 to play. Still 1-0 for the team in blue on the blue turf. Now a shot and a great stick save by Robertson, reaching back. Loose ball falls to the middle of the floor, still up for grabs. His bodies collide. Hungary had it for a moment, taken back again. Justin Ukros. A great individual effort to just take the body and jar the ball free. Now he has it from distance, steps into a shot. Where is it? Robertson got enough, and he'll hang on to it, leaving it for his stick, and now he'll look up in transition. This could be a much different game if not for the play of Dirk Robertson to start things off here. He has been busy early and often, but it remains just a 1-0 game with 4.5 to play in the first. Low shot into the midsection of Rio Mau. His first save in a little while, and he's steady with it there. Now Irizarry leaves for Will Ramos. In comes Will Rivera again. You'll likely see those two pairing up on that far side time and time again through this game. Now near side feed on a tuck move. Now a shovel pass and a big hit from behind. That's going to give us our first penalty of the game. And it'll be a checking from behind call going against Team Hungary. So Puerto Rico had a couple of power play goals in their game yesterday against Australia. Now we'll get our first opportunity to see them in this one. And an opportunity to double up on their lead, but still just a 1-0 game here, live from Utica, New York. Perimeter work here early. Will Ramos looking top corner, just missed it. And loose ball collected. Here comes Hungary in transition. Karsten Kalburn sent it over to the far side. Had a lane to the net, but ended up on his wrong side of the floor, so he'll stay and play a shorthanded offensive shift now, working off ball in the far side corner. Nathan Twist. Just content with killing clock here. 3.5 to play in the first. 5 on the shot clock. A blind spinning shot off the mark, collected by a defender. Gavin Wessel. Looking back to the bench. First man he sees is Owen Fasulka. Rivera comes in a little late, 14 on the shot clock. Just over a minute remaining in the power play. Low shot, stick save by Robertson. Rebound falls. They get a shot off looking 5-hole, and Robertson squeezed that one between his legs, but the rebound fell back to Hungary again. Bodies colliding on the way to their respective benches. Cooler heads prevail in this case. So the ref has a quick word with the Puerto Rican bench. But now we'll go back to 5 aside. No, excuse me. We'll remain 5-on-4, but Team Hungary still with possession and shorthanded for 30 remaining seconds. Under 10 to shoot. 2.5 to play in the first. They'll just dump this one down into the corner. And Irizarry will collect a quick up over the center line. Roman Laugazni Still the lone goal scorer in this game. Czibur. Ball returned to him. Ramos, Czibur, just play pass along the outside, halfway through the shot clock. Got to be careful. Shot selection here. Got a man just about to come out of the box. They shoot. He wants the breakaway feed, and he's open if they can hit him. And a bit of a veteran move there, we'll say. Will Rivera just slowing things up by sort of trapping possession in the opposing team's crease. Didn't allow them to pick it up. And got away with it as well. Now Hungary. 1 for 1 on their penalty kill. Is that enough momentum to get things going in their favor? As a close play at the line keeps possession in favor of Team Hungary, but a great defensive effort by Daniel Rivy Jr. Just not allowing his man to get anywhere near the offensive zone, and takes possession right back. Just over a minute remaining, 1:20 to be exact, in the first quarter. Still a 1-0 game in favor of Puerto Rico. Lacrosse. Now Ramos leaping, containing possession. He'll sprint back over to the far side. Lacrosse again, looking for a lane, defended well. Ramos gets a low shot, spinning from the corner. Rebound falls, under a minute to play now in the first. Hungary takes possession, quick up. Slower change here for Puerto Rico, but they do get over in time, as Hungary was just as slow in getting their offense onto the turf. 45 seconds remaining. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hungary still looking for their first goal of the Worlds. Backhand flip pass with just 3 to shoot. Far side. Shot goes into the midsection and stuck into the leg pads of Rio Mau. He'll hang on to it. Does Puerto Rico want to call timeout here? They're not going to, but they are going to wave Rio Mau onto the bench, so they're just going to run with it and go 6-on-5. 15 seconds remain. Perkins is the extra attacker. Now down to 10 seconds. So they'll get one more look up at the clock. Down to 7, 6. Now they'll start their motion. 4. Nice move by Czibur with a bounce shot. Might have caught a piece of the post, and it'll go out of play. 1.1 second remain. Can they get one more shot on target? Basulka is available in, now gets the whistle, goes to the outside. A last second shot. One more save for Robertson just as the buzzer goes. And Puerto Rico will hang on to a 1-0 lead through 1 quarter of action. We're going to step aside for now. We're going to be back in about a minute time. Second quarter, right around the corner.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
It's your turn to be the spin doctor, the game changer, and the hit maker. Because with all the award-winning gaming, dining, and entertainment Turning Stone has to offer, you can be whoever you want to be, especially when you want to be out with your crew. Turning Stone Resort Casino. It's your turn.
Welcome back inside the Nexus Center, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the World Lacrosse Box Championships live from Utica, New York. And welcome back into the booth. Dare I say, George Parra, we are back. We are so back. Day 2, game 2, quarter number 2, just around the corner, 20 seconds away. And a reminder again, apologies for no score bug currently being available. We are working on getting it rectified, but until then, you're just gonna have to deal with my constant updates George. I hope that's okay. Thanks, George. 1-0. Puerto Rico leads over Hungary through 1 quarter of action and 1 more to go until halftime. But Puerto Rico has just looked dynamic in this game and have just held possession. It feels like for, probably 12 of the 15 minutes from that opening quarter, if I were to guess. And of course they have it here off of an interference call to start things off following the face-off. Ramos over to Perkins, tried to shoot underneath of a defender. Yapor was dumped down and fell through the crease in the process, so Hungary will take it right back. Their first offensive possession of quarter number 2 and still looking for their first goal of the World Championships here. Pass comes to the near side. Griffin Bardos stumbles. Looking to regain possession here as it's loose at his feet. And we're getting an interference call going against Roman Laugosny, the lone goal scorer. Early shot in the reset. And Puerto Rico will just take it right back. Rather than using the full 30, Hungary decided to just fire one on target and catch Michael Riomau sleeping a little bit. Unsuccessful in that attempt. Perkins wants the feed. He's going to get it. Late man joining is going to be Justin Ukaros. Now from the corner, pass through, and they had a lane. Ukaros just could not quite dial it in. Robertson didn't end up having to make a save, so no reset, just 2 remaining on the shot clock. They do get it off in time, and it goes wide again. So just about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Nothing on target there for Puerto Rico, despite some glorious opportunities. Now pass comes to the near side. Portnoy waits for help. In comes Bartos. Far side feed, halfway through the shot clock, and they scored from distance. Team Hungary is on the board. Nothing crazy, just an outside rip from well outside, courtesy of Nathan Twist. He's been the quarterback for most of the action here for Team Hungary. But just had been snake bitten to this point. Now he gets his team onto the board, and we're all tied up 1-1 with 13:20 remaining in the second. First of many from what it feels like, what we've seen from Nathan Twist in this game. Nathan Twisk. Now Perkins spins underneath. Pass through the middle to an unsuspecting target. Loose ball goes over to Yapor. Now a delayed call coming up, and it will go to Puerto Rico. It looks like it's going to be a roughing call to Alex Saavedra. So our first chance to see now the power play of Team Hungary go to work. And just after scoring, it's going to be a cross-checking call. But after scoring their first goal of the tournament, maybe loosens the grip on their sticks a little bit and gets their offense firing. We will see. 12:45 remaining here in quarter number 2. As here is the goal scorer, Nathan Twisk. No looker over to the near side corner, just off the mark. And Roman Laugosny will take possession back, and he's just going to sprint the floor himself. Brings a round of applause from the Puerto Rico faithful as he goes right to the net and looks to dunk it over top of a reaching Dirk Robertson. Nothing on target yet. I think Puerto Rico has probably had 4 or 5 chances in tight in this quarter, but just have not quite got their shots dialed in yet in comparison to the first. Still plenty of time remaining here, however, but they do have to get through the remainder of this penalty kill. There's 1:07 remaining, and Hungary gets another one, 2 straight. Peter Gudmundsson, another one from distance, beats Michael Riomau, and just like that, Hungary up in front by 1. Now 12 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Hungary goes 1 for 1 on the power play. But Puerto Rico takes possession back following another face-off win. Another area they've dominated in this game thus far. But now find themselves trailing for the first time here. As Irizarry to the near side, shot, Rivera, rebound available. Ramos couldn't collect, Hungary can. And they'll look up with a lobbed pass over in front of the penalty boxes. Pass near the center line. Finds Nathan Twisk. Back to the perimeter they go, and then to the near side, halfway through the shot clock. A bouncing shot just caught a piece of the left leg of Rio Mau. So they get the reset now. Pass through, and they score! 3 straight for Team Hungary, and they go up by 2. Their first goal from the inside. And this time I believe that was Mike Badgie.
Hungary goal scored by number 56,
Excuse me, Mike Bageye. But now Perkins looks for another one. Looking top corner, but a beautiful save by Robertson. Keeps his team in front by 2. 10:50 now to play in the second. Hungary up by 2. Nathan Twisk gets back into the mix. Portnoy gets the feed near side. Righty strong. Sidearm bouncer. Stopped by Rio Mau. Loose ball falls to the front. Hungary digging for it. But instead, Daniel Rivy Jr. will collect and look up the floor. Irizarry to Will Ramos. Rivera comes in to clear some space. Late man joining will be Ramirez. Now over to the far side. Vasulka. Bouncer goes 5-hole, almost trickles over the goal line. Dirk Robertson just spun away and kept it out of danger, but that one was close. Now 10 minutes remaining in the second. Hungary still leading 3-1 in their first game of the Worlds. Near side feed, defended well, but a spin move gets underneath through to the middle. 3 defenders come in, shot goes off the post. Rio Mau looking for it as the loose ball goes over to the far side. Griffin Bartos muscling his way through 3 defenders. Nobody was going to get in his way. Now dropping to one knee was Phil Brady to handle that pass. Keeps possession in his team's favor. He'll dish and head off for a change. Lance Yapor. Diving shot and a diving goal. Will Ramos gets into the mix. Yapor made the initial move and then found him waiting all alone on the crease. There was a defender near him but could not contain him. And Ramos gets his team back onto the scoreboard for the first time since early in the first quarter, now trailing just by 1 with 9.5 to play. Now face-off violation gives possession to Hungary for a moment, but unable to keep it as Irizarry tries to chase this one down over center. He will calmly and send it up to Roman Laukosny. Winding up on his wrong side, looking for a lane, rounds the corner from behind. Irizarry with a spin move and a great stick side save by Dirk Robertson. Loose ball up for grabs, collected by Laukosny. Nobody knew it was there but him. And he earns his team a reset. Now pass through. Yapor with a backhand shot. Just caught a piece of the glove of Robertson. And again, Puerto Rico will keep possession. Earning a reset. Now pass to the outside. A bouncer goes wide off the glass, falling near the center line. And Hungary will take it away. Will Rivera does a good job to get back and stop some transition. Now Twisk will slow things down as he passes to the near side. 8.5 remaining here in quarter number 2. Heavy screen set. Low shot goes into the left leg of Rio Mau. And Neil Roche will collect. But Puerto Rico is going to take a penalty here. It'll be an illegal substitution. And Hungary, already 1 for 1 on the power play, will go back to work. They made early work of the man advantage earlier in this quarter to put them up by 1. And I would even go as far as to say is we haven't really seen the best of their power play yet, as the goal they scored on was a shot from distance that beat Michael Rio Mau. Now we'll see if they go to the same look or if they want to get more to the inside of the floor. Time will tell, but they'll start around the perimeter. Shot from distance, wide off the corner boards. That's going to go cleanly back over center, I believe. That'll be a back over call. And with that buzzer going, that'll give us our media timeout here. 7:55 remaining in the second quarter. Hungary will remain on the power play for 1:44 or less. But it will be Puerto Rico possession when we come back. And George, pleasantly surprised, I'll say. Hungary was a little slow coming out of the gate, but they found their footing, especially here in the second quarter. It's like once they got that one, they started to field a little bit more. Got a power play marker, followed up by another one inside shortly thereafter. And that was all after, a stronger start for Puerto Rico. They were dominant in the first quarter despite only having 1 goal to their name. But now they're back onto the score sheet here in quarter number 2 to cut the lead down to 1. And we'll see if they can find some offense down a man here. Again, 7:55 to play in quarter number 2, but they'll be shorthanded for the next 1:44 or less. There's a quick discussion going on, and it looks like they're going to get the checking of the goaltender's equipment out of the way early. Again, this isn't a call being made by either of the teams to check any gear. This is something that you're going to be seeing throughout the tournament, just to make sure that everything is official. But I heard from somebody yesterday that most of these goalies basically just got stock gear from these teams. So everything is essentially up to code. That's why these checks are going as quickly as they are. But still have to do it nonetheless. And we'll go back to the action here as Czibur killing some clock. Pass comes to the near side. Ramirez fell to the turf. But Ramos, who has the latest goal for Puerto Rico, sends a backhand feed down to the corner out of the reach of his intended target, but does a good job of killing some more clock. So the penalty clock goes down to 1:13, and Hungary will go back to their power play unit now. Just over 7 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Hungary still leading 3-2. Still working around the outside. 12 to go on the shot clock. Near side feed. Shot around a screen and they score. Make it 2 for 2 on the power play for Hungary. Another one from the outside. This time it's Portnoy shooting through a screen and goes stick side past the goaltender. And with exactly 7 minutes remaining, Hungary has restored their 2-goal lead. First of the game now for Dylan Portnoy. As the pass goes down to the corner. And now we'll go back to some 5-on-5 action. Flip pass finds Irizarry. 13 to shoot. Gets a screen on the strong side. Ends up in the middle of the floor. Czibur with a spinning shot. That one just goes wide. Rivera gets the loose ball. 5 to shoot, but his pass is off the mark. And now Hungary will clear the zone once again. Over the center line they go. Into Nathan Twisk. 6:15 to play in the first. Another heavy shot from distance goes into the midsection of Rio Mau. But he drops down to a knee to negate that opportunity. Pass was off the mark, rolls over into the Hungary end of the floor, and they'll just take it right back with under 6 to play now. 4-2 they lead after another power play marker. Now 2 for 2 on the man advantage. And with every goal, they just continue to cement their biggest leads that we've seen thus far in their first game of the tournament. 10 to shoot. Pass comes to the near side to the lone righty. Shot looking over top of Rio Mau. Makes the save. A shovel shot. No goal, they're going to say, though. Peter Gudmundsson looked for his second, but was falling backwards and stepped through the crease. What a goal that would have been. But the official right there disagrees. Now Ukros to the near side, Rivera. Skips one over to the far side. Under 10 to shoot now as Puerto Rico gets their motion. Pass through, a beautiful one, but the shot was wide. Now 5 to shoot. Ukros on his wrong side, back to the outside. Ramos, 1 to shoot, and it's blocked by a defender. These Hungary defenders are putting their bodies on the line. And Griffin Bartos was up the floor off the bench, didn't get the pass that he wanted, but he'll continue to clear some space off ball through the middle. Now Portnoy, watched on by one defender, runs into a second. He's gonna dive across the crease, reaches past Rio Mau, who got enough of it, and he's gonna draw a penalty for his efforts. It'll be a slashing call going against Puerto Rico, and I believe it'll be Neil Roche heading towards the sin bin with 4:35 to play in the second quarter. Always a sad walk to the penalty box, huh, George? I'm not going to make the same slap shot reference I made yesterday, but I thought about it. Got to keep people on their toes, you know? Here's Portnoy. Just had a goal on the power play. Of course, he's right back out there. Gudmundsson also has a goal in this game. Had a shot from distance there on target. Rio Mau got enough. That shot hit a body. Here comes Brendan Banks Ramos. He's got a lane to the net. Defender coming in to close the gap. Onto his wrong side. Goes across with a twister. And Robertson got over in time. Puerto Rico still with possession. As a heavy screen set. That's going to be an interference call. Actually a penalty. As Cameron Laugosny just laid the boom there. But he's going to sit for now. So it'll be a two-man advantage for Hungary. And they're going to call timeout here to drop the play that they want. Again, they're already 2 for 2 on the power play. And now they're going to have a two-man advantage to work with. A little bit unpredictable from what we've seen so far on their man advantage. So we'll see if they go with a full-on 5-on-3 or if they want to just leave someone as a safety man near center to negate any back overcall or any clearing attempts from Puerto Rico, and then just go 4-on-3.
3:57 of the second quarter.
But there's a great look at the Puerto Rico bench as well, who have just got to be shaking their heads right now. They're getting to the middle of the floor. They're getting the looks that they want, but what else do we have to do to get one past Dirk Robertson, who has settled in so well into this game? And it looks like they are going to leave a safety man near center. I could see the coach basically looking up and down at his lineup to find who he wants to leave there, and he decides on Carson Cowburn, who's just going to wait right there. So the captain, Peter Gudmundsson, will start off possession, and he'll quickly get back into the fray. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the half. A lengthy two-man advantage here for Team Hungary as Portnoy takes it from the near side, looking for a target. You could tell he wanted to go to that far crease, but no lane there, and that shot goes wide and out of play. So nothing going on the early power play here for Hungary, and Puerto Rico can clear the zone after starting off in the corner. Will Ramos comes in to collect, first man off the bench, 3.5 remaining in the half. Drop pass, finds Justin Ukros. He'll return it to Ramos. Under 10 to shoot, sidearm feed, deflected by a defender. Good stick to get in the lane. I believe that was Nathan Twisk with the defensive play. So he's got a goal to his name and a strong defensive play as well, and he'll headman it all the way up the turf himself as the power play gets back on. Under 30 seconds remaining in the first penalty. But still a minute remaining, and they score from distance, so they're going to stay on the power play now. And they just look lethal, and guess who? Nathan Twisk gets another one. Just sneaks underneath of the legs, Michael Riomao. That's one that he's going to want to have back. But regardless, Team Hungary just poured it on here in quarter number 2. They trailed 1-0 after the first quarter and now find themselves up 5-2 with 2:50 until they can head into halftime. And they'll stay on the power play here for the next 45 seconds, although have to get possession back here. The pass goes down low, a defender didn't even know he's there. Shot off by Rivera, stopped by Robertson, and now the power play can get back up the floor if they can hang on to possession. Slower change here from Puerto Rico. Hungary had numbers, but now they'll pull out and get their offensive unit back on. Nathan Twisk on hat trick watch, and he has possession now. Back up to the point, he'll go. Portnoy goes down to the corner. 5 to shoot. Back to the point. Shot. Well, he got deflected, goes wide. Hungary will save the back overcall, but the shot clock expires nonetheless. And Puerto Rico with just 5 seconds until they can return to 5-on-5 action, and now just under 2 minutes away from halftime. Ramos. As Cameron Laugosny comes out of the box. Now we'll go back to 5-on-5. Yapor on his wrong side. He'll return it over to that far side. Righty strong for Puerto Rico. Flip pass through, off the mark. Rebound falls to Yapor. 3 to shoot, tries to dunk, and he scores! What a goal! Puerto Rico gets back on the board. And just a highlight reel goal by Lance Yapor. His first of the game with almost no time left on the clock. As he sold the goaltender a look one way and dove with one hand on his stick, the other. And we have another candidate for goal of the tournament, and it comes from Lance Yapor. My, oh my. As Puerto Rico will cut the lead. Five to 3, Hungary leads with 1.5 remaining in quarter number 2.
1:33 in the second quarter. Your time on goal.
Now Ramirez takes the feed, a chance to cut into the lead even more. Get it back to a 1-goal game. Ukros with room, steps into a shot off a defender, high into the sky, and that'll go out of play, so it will remain possession in favor of Puerto Rico. Calburn wanted to go for Hungary. He thought it was going to be his ball, and he had a breakaway from his own side of center, but it did go off a defender last. And now a fan has just thrown the ball back onto the turf, so there's currently a ball just laying in the middle of the turf right now. And a player going back in reverse transition just happened to get there before the play came back. A lucky break, and my, oh my, that was a scary sight. But under a minute to go now, 45 to be exact. Hungary still nursing that 2-goal advantage. 5-3 they lead. So they work it over to the near side. Unable to corral it. 5 to shoot. Shot around a screen. Saved by Riomao. Defender came in, missed possession. Now they collect. And as they collect, clock goes down to 29.7 seconds, so they'll call timeout, and we'll look to hold for last possession here, or for last shot, excuse me.
Puerto Rico calls a timeout.
And the two teams will gather around their respective benches here and draw up what they want to see. The Hungary defensive unit working their way back towards their goal now. They've done such a good job at getting their body in the way. And they might need some more of that now, but Puerto Rico is going to start off on their own side of center. Again, 29.7 seconds until halftime will commence. As Czibur, coming off of that beautiful dunk goal just a moment ago, takes possession in. 6-on-5 with the empty net in favor of Puerto Rico. 14 seconds. Goes down to 10, working it around the outside. Rivera, now 8 seconds. 7, now they start their motion. Ramos to Czibur with room, scores! Lance Czibur gets another one and cuts the lead down to 1 with 3.9 seconds remaining. But an unbelievable effort there by the teammate clearing room. I believe that was Owen Fasulka who created that space for Lance Czibur to fire. Now 2.8 seconds of face-off violation. Does Hungary want one more shot? Can they get one more shot? They do, but it goes wide. And after being down by 3 in this quarter, Puerto Rico has climbed back and cut the lead down to 1 heading into half. What a game we have on top here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Tino Farah, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra to my left. We're going to be here all day, all evening long, and we thank you all for joining us here at the World Lacrosse Box Championships live from Utica, New York. We're going to step aside, though, for halftime, and we're going to be back with third quarter action coming right up after this.
It's your turn to be the spin doctor.
To thrive in a connected world. Every day, our experts advance cybersecurity for areas like AI, healthcare, and autonomous transportation, delivering on our promise of a secure future. Discover how AIS can support you, and if our promise inspires you, join our team. Advance your mission with AIS.
Right in the very center of upstate New York, there's a region that's bustling with new opportunity, state-of-the-art industry, education, and innovation, with history, world-class cuisine, and new and exciting things to do.
Welcome to Oneida County.
This is Oneida County, New York, and we're just getting started.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
and wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. The World Lacrosse Box Championships live from Utica, New York. Tino Farah here, your voice for this matchup between Puerto Rico and Hungary. Of course, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra to my left, as always. But Team Hungary with a lead through the opening 2 quarters. 5-4, they currently lead over Puerto Rico, but a flurry of goals to close out the half for Puerto Rico, and they have gotten themselves back into it. And a little momentum on their side, but the question is, will that carry over to the second half? They cause a turnover here right away and get it back into the offensive zone. Yapor finds a man near side. It's Roman Laukosny who got the scoring started. Swing pass goes over to the far side now, and they'll get a last-second change going in as Pasulka comes into the fray. Yapor over to his left. 12 on the shot clock. Big wind-up, big shot. Fought off, though, by Robertson. No, they'll say no shot on target, so ends up behind the net. Yapor tries to wrap around, look 5-hole. Can't get it, but they do get a reset here on a loose ball from behind. Now Yapor. Low shot, stopped by Robertson, again dropping to his knees. A big collision as Yapor took possession back, and now there's an injury down. As I can't quite see the number of the fallen player, there was a big hit there. Yapor, I believe, took an interference call. There was no penalty on the play. But looks like it's just the right leg currently being worked on by the fallen defender. I'll try to get you a name as soon as I can see a number, but currently the trainer doing some work here to try to heal him up. Still currently laying down, but it's going to try to get back to his feet now with the help of the trainer. He just tried to get up on his own, but so it looks like it's Martin Gall. Tried to get up, was unable to do so. Now it looks like he's about to try again here, but having a long conversation with the trainer from the ground. And now she's going to help him up. A coach is going to come out as well to give him a hand. I believe the trainer's name is Kendra Lennon down there, giving him a hand, and he is just not putting any weight on that right leg, just putting it all on her shoulders alongside the help of another coach as well. But might have been some unintentional knee on knee there, just based on what we saw. And it looks like he's going to go right down the tunnel again. That was Martin Gall. And we'll try to provide any updates, if possible, on his status if he's able to return to this game. But for now, he went down the tunnel. Not a lot of weight going down on that leg. And we'll go back to work here. So again, 14 minutes exactly remaining. So we're over a minute now into quarter number 3. Hungary still leading 5-4. Shot scores from distance. They go back up by 2. Shot from the outside by Griffin Bartos. Now up to 6 goals in this game, and I believe 5 of them have been shots from the outside, solving Michael Rio-Mau. And they have found a way to get things done here and restore now that 2-goal advantage after giving up a few late in the second half. Now loose ball battle goes following the face-off. Still up for grabs at the center line. Hungary digging for it, Puerto Rico comes in and takes it right into the offensive zone. Lance Yapor will collect, looking for his 3rd goal of the game. His last one, the most beautiful and the most clutch as well. Coming back at the end of the second quarter. Now pass goes through. Perkins couldn't collect. A defender for Hungary now getting over the center line, waiting for some help. It comes in the form of Nathan Twisk, also on hat trick watch, and they're going to try a hidden ball trick here between the combo of Twisk and Portnoy. Portnoy with 1 goal in that first half as well. He's going to wind fire, shot blocked. Knocked forward by Twisk into the offensive zone, and that'll facilitate a change from both teams. Now a long pass goes up to Roman Laukosny. He'll wait for some help on his wrong side. Thought about the swim. Now he'll retreat as Faskula takes the feed from him and now waits for the late man joining will be Brandon Perkins. Perkins from the outside gets over top. Had the stick knocked loose for a moment. Now drives underneath, scores! Puerto Rico gets another one back and cuts the lead back down to 1. I like to say something out of nothing, and that's exactly what that was as Perkins drove underneath after having his stick knocked loose for a moment. There was a Hungarian defender who had his stick grabbed for a moment. No call on the play, though, as you then had a defender without a stick, and he was the defender who would have come in to help. And now Puerto Rico with another chance to tie this game. 12:08 to play in quarter number 3. 6-5 they lead, but currently on their heels a little bit with Puerto Rico getting another possession following a face-off win. Will Ramos loaded up. A jump shot falls into the cuff of the glove of Dirk Robertson. He'll hang on for a whistle. Facilitate some transition now for both teams. Slow to get over the center line, but they do in time. Here comes the captain, Peter Gudmundsson. Clearing space over on that far side. As Hungary going righty strong once again. Portnoy lost possession, threw his defender down to the turf, and now here comes Puerto Rico on the run. Telemaco. He'll circle back, wait for some help to come in. He'll dish and head off for a change. That beautiful two-toned head of his stick, blue and white. Now with under 10 on the shot clock, Perkins had a goal a moment ago, fakes his defender, jumps across, and Robertson gets his elbow over in time. Now a big slash goes near the restraining line, but Puerto Rico battles through and gets a reset. 25 on the shot clock. Yapor scores! Tie game with 10:51 to play. It's a hat trick for Lance Yapor. And that brings the fans to their feet. He's now had a dunk from behind the net, a buzzer beater, and now a tying goal with 10:51 remaining in quarter number 3. And it is a brand new game here, ladies and gentlemen, as Hungary gets possession off of a face-off win. Now over the center line. Got to be careful, though, as a loud pass goes to the far side. Again, Puerto Rico got the first goal of the game and held the 1-0 lead into the second quarter. They looked dominant up until that point, and then Hungary, thanks to some power play goals as well, found their offensive footing. Now Rio Mau makes a leg save. Defender collects the loose ball. Gavin Wessel, quick up, Irizarry. On his wrong side, he'll take it behind the net as the rest of the change comes in. He'll leave for first man in, Steven Ramirez. Late change, though, as Perkins now gets into the fray, but under 10 to shoot. There's some help underneath, so he'll spin back. 5 to shoot now. Pass gets through. Now Ramirez have to get something on target. Ramos, unaware of the shot clock, couldn't get a pass over in time either. And they'll give possession back to Hungary with 9:40 to play in the third. Robertson was faking as if he had possession on the breakout feed. I think it even fooled his teammate. Maybe it fooled me, but I'm not going to say if it did, George. I won't admit to that. Here comes Puerto Rico now. 9:15 remaining in quarter number 3. As Irizarry dishes over to Will Ramos and heads off for a change. Fasulka receives, drives underneath. Pass across the crease. Oh man, they had their recipient there, but unable to get a handle was Saavedra. So Robertson will take this. Got to be careful to get it over the center line. The slide comes in as Laugosny closed the gap quickly. Now he'll stay back for his defensive shift as Hungary gets a bit of a slower change. Under 10 minutes remaining on the shot clock. 8.5 to play in the quarter. Still from the outside. Low shot, caught a piece of the post. That's going to go out of play. Real Mao dropped down, but that shot, courtesy of Twisk, just narrowly misses. Caught a piece of the inside of the post and goes straight out of play, so they get their reset. Bit of a lucky break again after a slower change. Now Twisk lobs one to the far side. Fake shot from distance, halfway through the shot clock. Spinning shot goes off a defender. Laugosny leaves that at his feet. Teammate comes in Roman Laugosny, and he sends it up the floor. Numbers here for Puerto Rico. Pass to Irizarry, scores! Puerto Rico get the lead! With exactly 8 minutes to play in the third quarter, for the first time since leading 1-0 in the first, Puerto Rico goes back up by 1. My, oh my. George, you having fun? I'll say it, I'm having fun. And we're glad that everybody's joining us here on World Lacrosse TV. Again, if you want some more lacrosse action, next game coming up after this one on this floor will be Canada versus England, the men's division. That'll be a 5:30 start on ESPN Plus, again on this very floor. I believe that'll be Steven Stamp and Mitch Belial on the call. As Perkins, pass goes across. Fasulka does a good job to avoid the crease. Now muscles his way through to the middle. Scores! Gets another one! And the lead is 2 for Puerto Rico. Oh, how the turntables, George. And the fans in front of us here are fired up. And why wouldn't they be after battling back here?
7:27 remaining in the third quarter of play. Hungary takes a timeout.
And now Team Hungary will take a timeout here to try to calm their nerves and end a bit of the run that Puerto Rico finds themselves on. 8-6 they lead now after being down 5-2 at one point in the second quarter. Now 7:27 remaining in the third. And that'll get us, not a timeout by Hungary, just a media timeout. And it actually looks like there's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty. Coaching staff furious with the officials. So Puerto Rico, after just getting the 2-goal lead, are going to go to the power play now. And a chance to extend this now. Again, they led 1-0, and that was the biggest advantage that they had had to this point. That was right when Hungary started to go on their run. And now with every goal that Puerto Rico gets, it'll be their largest lead of the game, currently at 2, with an 8-6 advantage over Hungary and going to the power play.
7:27 in the third quarter, your time of penalty. The penalty to be assessed by number 36.
What a turn of events. And they win the face-off as well, Puerto Rico does, so their power play will get right back to work here. The latest goal scorer, Owen Fasulka, is back out onto the turf, as is Lance Yapor, who's been pretty heroic in this game as well. Will Ramos puts one right into the logo of Dirk Robertson. And now Hungary's got to be quick to get this one over the center line, and they do just in time. No, the officials disagree. A close finish there at the center line. Again, a reminder, 10 seconds is the count that you have to get out of your defensive zone, as opposed to the 8 that you might be used to seeing if you're a fan of the National Lacrosse League or summer ball in general. Pass goes across, short side look, goes off the shoulder of Dirk Robertson. Now a quick up, look up though as Lance Yapor laid the body, and now Will Ramos fired up after that one, has some words for the fallen Hungarian defender as he has possession now. Over to the near side, looking low, shot goes off the leg pad of Robertson and out of play. 6:15 to play now in the third quarter. 48 seconds remaining in the Puerto Rico power play. Yapor running point. Over to the far side, Ramos returns the feed to him. Down low to the crease. And unable to handle it was Will Rivera. Just deflects it to a defender. And Hungary now can clear the zone and can essentially kill the remainder of this penalty. 9-second difference between the penalty clock and the shot clock. So if they just want to keep this to the outside, they can. But Wessel doing a great job of applying the pressure on Nathan Twisk. Dumps that down to the corner. And Irizarry is going to have to start off from the far side corner. Sprinting the floor. 8 seconds until Thomas Shellman can come out of the box. He's standing and now will rejoin the action. Perkins with possession. Still one more Puerto Rico player needs to come on, and they do get one now in Ramirez. Under 10 to shoot though. Fake shot around a defender, well wide, ricochets off the sideboards. Perkins with it, need to get something on target from distance, scores! No, they're gonna say no goal. Let's see if we can take another look at that one. We might get a chance to see, and that is the right call as the shot clock had hit 0 before the ball hit the back of the net. Again, it's not like basketball where as long as the ball's released before the shot clock expires, it'll count. The ball has to be in before the shot clock hits 0. So credit to the officials. There's a spinning shot and a kick save from Rio Mau, his first test in a while. Big collision on the sideboards. There's 3 defenders coming to close the gap, but a great job by Bardos to handle it. Now he loses it, and Puerto Rico will go the other way. Frantic action on both ends of the floor with 4:27 to play in quarter number 3. Puerto Rico still leads 8-6. Yapor, a hat trick in this game. Rounds the corner, takes a shot and give him 4! I think we found our player of the game is Lance Yapor. Goes around the top of the corner, gets a good screen set and shoots before the defender could close the gap. And just like that, Lance Yapor all of a sudden up to 4 goals in this game. Started things going with that beautiful dunk late in the second quarter. And then the buzzer beater.
Puerto Rico goal scored by number 22, Lance Yapor.
And now Hungary looks to go the other way. 3-goal advantage now for Puerto Rico. Hungary finds themselves in a little bit of a hole after leading by this very amount back in quarter number 2. But now they need some defensive stops. Puerto Rico seems like they've found a way to beat Dirk Robertson a little more often this time around. Skip feed goes over to the far side. Good hands by Will Rivera. Pass to the middle, Yapor, backhanded shot! Another one! Oh my goodness! Lance Yapor, have yourself a day! Great vision to find him cutting through, great footwork to avoid the crease, and then the wherewithal to throw that back across the body of Dirk Robertson. Unbelievable stuff from Lance Yapor. Now on the hunt for his sock trick tally. He's up to 5 in this game, and the lead is now 4. 10-6. Puerto Rico leads with 3.5 to play in quarter number 3.
With the assist, number 91, Will Rivera. That's the 5th goal of the
Just a completely different vibe in this arena than what we saw in the first half. And now they're on the hunt for another one. Nice move, nice goal. Will Rivera gets into the mix. Right off of a face-off win. The lead is now 5 as he beats his defender and fires it stick side past Robertson. And they have come alive here in the second half. Whatever it was they talked about at halftime, just keep screaming that the rest of the tournament. Now another chance. Numbers pass through the middle, unable to handle it, but Yapor will slow things down. Can he find his 6th goal on this possession? He'll swing one over to the far side and drive through the middle off ball. Backhand feed, fake, now over to Will Ramos. Late man joining will be Saavedra. Ball remains far side though. It's Ramos looking for a target. Tried to feed it through the middle. Robertson reaching out of his crease. Puerto Rico keeping it 1 to shoot. They pass across and Ramos doesn't get it to him in time. He'll just have to leave and head off for a change. Now Hungary clears the center line. Twisk was crucial for Hungary getting on top in the first half. Does he have some more magic in his stick? Space cleared, rounds the corner, 13 to shoot. He shoots and fires it off of Rio Mal. That'll deflect high into the netting and keep possession in favor of Hungary. Now Twisk with it once again. Swing pass over to the far side off a reset. Bartos muscling his way through. Delayed call coming. Shot goes wide. And as a defender deflects it, that'll give us a whistle with 2:03 to play in quarter number 3. Hungary, who has been so dynamic on their power play in this game, has an opportunity to end this Puerto Rican run. And still with plenty of time remaining in this game, but it feels like we're getting into must-score territory for Hungary just based on how things have gone as of late. Much like with how the game started, looked like they just needed to settle their nerves and get their offense going a little bit. Kind of feels like they're in a similar situation here now. Swing pass over to the far side. Bartos bobbled it, handled it shortly thereafter. Halfway through the shot clock, back to the point, now down. Shot, tough angle looking far side and goes off the corner boards and out of play. So just over 20 seconds through their power play. Hungary will lose possession and Puerto Rico can get a shorthanded offensive set. 1:30 remaining in the third quarter. If they can kill the rest of this, there will be no carryover penalty going into the final frame. And they'll look to kill some clock here now with 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ramos back to the point, bobbled pass by Ramirez, falls in front of the Hungarian bench. So now they'll take possession back with essentially the second half of the power play to work with and a little over a minute remaining in the third quarter. Slow change here as they get their offense back out onto the turf. Shot from distance, a bouncer goes over the goal line as Rio Mal got a piece of it, but it wasn't enough, and the captain ends the run for Team Hungary. Just another outside shot. We've seen them score on this very look several times now in this game. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of motion from distance. And then a shot over to that glove side past Rio Mal. And now Peter Gudmundsson has his second goal of the game.
Hungary goal scored by number 10, Peter Gudmundsson.
Now another face-off win for Puerto Rico. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Your time will go.
Will Rivera bobbled it for a moment. Late man joining will be Yapor, looking for his 6th goal and sends it just wide. Rebound ricochets all the way down to Rio Mal. So he'll send it towards the perimeter. 36 seconds now remaining. Hungary doesn't want to call timeout here. We'll see if they want an early shot, and they're going to lose that opportunity due to the perimeter pressure here from Puerto Rico. Stumbles back to his feet. Twisk still with it somehow. Draws a penalty as well and sends it over to the far side. Stick swinging aplenty. And now with 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter, Hungary is going to go back to the power play and a chance to cut the lead now down to 3. Tempers flaring due to some of those slashes coming from Puerto Rico. But a goal here from Hungary would surely calm some of their nerves heading into the final frame. And again, they've been dangerous on their power play. Now up to 3 for 5. And a goal here could be huge. 15 seconds remain. Clock continues to tick down. They'll work it around the outside. Twisk down to 8 seconds from distance. Fake shot, swing pass far side. Another fake. 4 seconds. Got to get something on target. Twisk does. Fought off by Rio Mal. That'll go out of play with no time remaining on the clock, and we will head to the fourth quarter with Puerto Rico leading over Hungary 11-7. We're going to step aside, though, for the time being. Ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to want to go far. We have fourth quarter action coming right up after this.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Welcome back to the World Lacrosse Box Championships, ladies and gentlemen. Quarter 4 just around the corner here, and a big final stanza here as Puerto Rico got off to such a strong start in this game, stumbled a little bit towards the end of the first half, but that third quarter was just an unbelievable effort from them all the way around, and they find themselves with a commanding 4-goal lead, 11-7. In front of Team Hungary right now, who needs to get back to the offense they found in the first half. And I believe they should still be on the power play here, as there's a quick buzzer going on from the scorekeepers. So Hungary should remain on the power play, and they will now as they put the time back on. So they'll redo the face-off. 15 miles, George, 15 smiles until the conclusion of this game, barring overtime, of course. But Puerto Rico will try to keep themselves in the driver's seat, and they'll start off with a face-off win, and quickly into the offensive zone they go. Pass was high, out of the reach of Ramos, jumps to keep that over the center line, but just dumps it back down towards a Hungarian defender. So they'll give possession back, and this Hungarian power play will go back to work. Still with 1:05 remaining on the man advantage. Captain back out, near side feed. Portnoy, sidearm shot, bounce off the glove of Rio Mau. Rebound falls to the near side. Fresh 30 now for Hungary. Guzmanson scores! A bouncer, top corner. And Captain Clutch refuses to let his team fall out of the fight. Make it 3 for him as well. Once again, much like that last power play marker that he scored, just from that same spot at the point, bounces one over the shoulder of Michael Rio Mau. And now the lead is 3. And another face-off violation. Quick shot from Hungary goes off the foot of Rio Mau into the corner. And a reset now for Hungary as they collect from behind. A dunk attempt by Portnoy, I believe. And that's denied, sending Irizarry back into the offensive zone. Irizarry fakes the drop pass, keeps possession into the offensive zone. Sidearm shot from his wrong side, goes off the corner boards and hits a fan in the midsection, sitting in that top row. Looks like he'll shake it off. What a warrior. Now near side feed. Hungary going back to work. 12.5 remaining in the final frame. Back to the outside they go. Unable to corral it cleanly was Griffin Bartos. Still with it though, 3 defenders on him. Tries a shovel feed over to his left. Taken away by Puerto Rico. Numbers here, a 2-on-1 forming. Feed goes over to the far side, back to the near side. Shot, scores! Put them back up by 4 as Puerto Rico gets one in transition. Gavin Wessel from his wrong side doesn't even need to step across. Just before he takes that extra step, just reaches back to the glove side of Dirk Robertson. And the 4-goal advantage is restored for Puerto Rico with 13 minutes remaining in quarter number 4. Now Hungary collects off the face-off win.
13:09 of the fourth quarter, your time of goal.
Gudmundsson back out onto the turf. The captain trying to drag his team back into this fight here. But Puerto Rico has had an answer every time. Now Twisk eats a stick check, spins through the middle, lost the handle. Ball falls in front of the crease, taken away by Puerto Rico. Looking up the floor. Not with a ton of speed here as they want to slow things down and get their offense back on. A wise choice by Phil Brady, and he'll head off for a change. Now Yapor looking for his sock trick goal. 5 already in this game. Pass intended to find Ramos. Deflects off his stick, now into the corner. Ramos from behind the net, shopping for a target. Looking through and could not find the man diving across. Still a couple seconds remaining on the shot clock. But Justin Ukros sends that one wide, and the rebound goes back over the center line. And now Hungary is going to take a penalty here. I believe it's going to be a dead ball foul. As Carson Calburn looked like he just threw the ball at a Puerto Rican defender. So it will be a dead ball foul going against Hungary. And Puerto Rico with an opportunity here to go back to work on the power play. Yapor will run point. Fakes the shot, just plays pass around the perimeter, now over to the far side. Ramirez down to the corner, return to him, now back to the point. Yapor to Ramos, back up top, and unable to corral it was Rivera. Ball ends up being kicked back over the center line, but last touching a Hungarian player, so no back over call, no reset either as the shot clock goes down to 4. Shot from distance, handled well by Robertson. He takes that away with his stick. 11:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. 1:20 remaining in the penalty being served by Carson Calburn. Now Portnoy with possession. There were just 3 Hungarian players on for a moment. That should be a reset, and it goes out of play off of Rio Mau. So Hungary will keep possession here as Portnoy fired that one off of the Puerto Rico netminder and out of play. Smart decision there to continue to kill some clock. They're now halfway through the penalty with 10:55 to play in the fourth. Trailing 12-8. Portnoy, careful that center line. Sends one towards the goal again. Gets a rough ride in front of his bench. Has a couple words for the Puerto Rico defender. But they'll both head off to their respective benches as Irizarry clears the zone. Yapor. Joined late by Ramos. Ramirez comes in as well. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 10.5 to play. Pass was a low one. Yapor collects. Now 10 to shoot. Ramos, rising shot into the midsection. Robertson drops down to his knees, but still takes up so much of the high corners. Now a chance here. Portnoy coming off the bench. Pass didn't get through to him. Taken away. And now they have a man up. Puerto Rico's got a breakaway here if they want, but the pass does not connect with Telemaco. Another clear-cut breakaway, but unable to go as the pass was a little tough to handle. And now we'll go back to 5-on-5 lacrosse with 9:50 to play in quarter number 4. Puerto Rico still leading 12-8. Twisk drives underneath. 5 to shoot. Muscled to the perimeter. Pass finds his way through. A shovel shot attempted. Falls out of the stick of the captain. And now Puerto Rico with wheels. Again, swim move right through to the middle. Reverse backhand and a beautiful save by Dirk Robertson. What a chance that was. And keeping after it here is Roman Laugosny. He opened the scoring in this game and then had that beautiful around the world attempt. But Robertson says no. Just over 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Puerto Rico still leading 12-8. Got the reset here off the loose ball. Pass through the middle. Ramirez couldn't find it. Perkins can. Now 5 to shoot. Fakes the pass. Gets one through the middle. Bobbled. Yapor forced to the outside. Got a shot off, but not on target. And the shot clock expires, so he'll head off for a change as Hungary still looking to chip away here. Trailing by 4 as the clock continues to tick away. Portnoy from the outside. A bouncer scores! Top left for Portnoy as it bounces right in the center of the crease and stings the corner. We'll have a great angle of it from here. Right there. Directly under the bar. And Dylan Portnoy finds his second goal of the game, and that one might have been his prettiest. Lead is back down to 3. Still plenty of lacrosse remaining here, and Hungary will get the next possession off of a face-off violation. Here's Portnoy again. Had a lane, lost it, and lost possession as well as he threw it towards an area, but Twisk couldn't reach for it.
With 2 goals and 1 assist on the afternoon.
Now Will Ramos will collect. Waits for the rest of the change to work its way through. A rare lefty strong set here for Puerto Rico as Brandon Perkins, the late man, joining. Toe drag move. Fasula scores! They answer back again. Puerto Rico extends the lead. He just span away from the defender and shot all in one motion. And just after Hungary thought they had a step back in the right direction, Puerto Rico shuts the door on their face.
Puerto Rico goal scored by number 84.
Now another chance following the face-off shot. Great save by Robertson. Rebound falls in front of his crease and he'll reach out and take it away.
That's the second goal of the afternoon.
Here's Calburn. Dishing and heading off for a change. Portnoy back on.
With your score, Puerto Rico 13, Hungary 9.
As is Guzmanson, as is Twisk. They've been the dynamic offensive pieces for Hungary in this one. Guzmanson from distance, shot from a tough angle. And they'll say Rio Mau caught a piece of it. No, an inadvertent reset. And we're going to get to our immediate timeout with 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Puerto Rico leading 13-9. And again, it just feels like every time Hungary and Puerto Rico has done a great job of answering right back. But Lance Yapor, 5 goals in this game, and then a bunch with singles. Owen Fasulka has 2 as well. Will Ramos has 1. Brandon Perkins has 1. Irizarry has 1. Rivera has 1, and on and on and on. The offense has been well spread out for Puerto Rico. And just refused to let Hungary get any step closer. I'm kind of into these Hungarian jerseys here, George, I gotta say. I don't know if we can an angle on them real quick. Dirk Robertson standing right there. See if we can get a great look at him. I gotta say, I'm kind of into them. They look like they got the skyline towards the tailbone of the jersey, right underneath of the numbers. Sort of gives me kind of a Philadelphia Wings kind of vibe, just based on, the colors and the logo a little bit. I will say I am colorblind though, so I could be way off on that. I know the Wings have a little bit of red in there. Not the case here. Oh no, the white jerseys are black. Stop it, George. Trying to be professional here. Back to the action we go. Puerto Rico, possession over on the swing pass over to the far side. Now a low drive as the righties go to work, scores! Jostin Ukaros. It's not a bird nor a plane as he goes airborne, leaping across the crease and goes glove side once again on Robertson. And look at the reaction right there from Will Ramos. Hands on his head. He can't believe what he just saw. But the lead is extended. A 5-goal advantage with 7:14 to play in the fourth quarter. Big collision. And Puerto Rico will earn possession. Irizarry is going to play an offensive shift here. Now Ramirez comes in. Still need one more player on the turf for Puerto Rico, just with 4 right now. Ramirez to the outside. Rivera. Now Ramos comes on, but they don't even need him. They score another one. Brandon Perkins puts them up by 6. Short side, glove side, through Dirk Robertson. And now the commanding lead continues. 15-9, Puerto Rico leads with 6:46 to play. Another face-off violation, or rather an interference call. They call it a 4-0-1 run, a one-timer by Ramos, stopped by Robertson, and the officials will say he stepped through the crease while grabbing the loose ball. Again, if you missed any of the earlier parts of the game, Puerto Rico got off to a 1-0 lead early and held that going into the second quarter. Hungary then poured it on and went up by as many as 3, 5-2. They led at one point. And then Puerto Rico found their offensive footing, including a buzzer beater late just before the end of the first half, and they have not looked back ever since. They eventually tied it right at the beginning of the third quarter, took the lead, and have held it ever since that third quarter. Pass through the middle. Another reverse backhand sent wide. But Puerto Rico looks like they're looking glove side often on Robertson. They've been successful in this very frame from that look. And now Hungary gets over center with about a second to spare. 5.5 to play. Trailing by 6. Shot, tough angle, goes into the cuff of Rio Mau. He hasn't had to be that busy in this quarter. But makes a save there nonetheless. And a quick over the center line to Lance Yapor. Yapor from the outside. Perkins, fresh off that latest goal here for Puerto Rico. Tries to clear space. Shot looking 5-hole, scores! Making a 7-goal advantage. Will Rivera gets into the action. That time they go 5-hole with Robertson just leaning. Opens up the wickets enough, and Puerto Rico is going to call a timeout here now.
5:05 remaining in regulation. Puerto Rico calls a timeout.
5:05 to play. 16-9 they lead. And their fans right in front of the booth right now currently showing their support.
That's the second goal in the afternoon for number
And looks like we're actually going to get a stick change
5:05 to the fourth quarter.
of the Puerto Rican goaltender, Michael Rio Mau, was using, I mean, realistically, probably the longest goal stick I had seen ever just a moment ago, and now just got handed a significantly shorter one, we'll say. So we'll see how he looks throwing the breakout feeds with that twig. Yeah. Might look a little bit more natural with a smaller stick. We'll see. But once you've gotten used to how one stick throws, now having to go to a new one, I mean, I don't want to say mid-game because there's 5 minutes left in the fourth, but sort of mid-game. And Puerto Rico still huddled around their bench here, but got to return to the action as it will be a face-off. So Brady heading back to the face-off dot, and he's been dominant for the most part in that area throughout this game. This is going to be a bit of a lengthier face-off battle, but Hungary knocked it loose. Puerto Rico grabs the loose ball, though, and a quick up as they had a man in Brady out there for face-off duty and then had hopes and dreams of going in alone. Instead, he'll head back for a defensive shift. Quick shot, well wide. Portnoy sent it off the corner boards. Still time to work with if Hungary can hang on to this. Running into a double team, though, is Cowburn. Eventually lost it, and Puerto Rico will take it away. Rivera wants the feed, gets the feed, takes the shot, and floats it over top of that far corner with 4:20 to play in the final frame. And now a delayed call coming up against Hungary. Rio Mau is going to stay in his crease, so we'll just remain 5-on-5 here. But a delayed call currently on the floor, now going across and losing it on the crease dive with Steven Ramirez. And Hungary is going to go short-handed now, just over 4 minutes remaining in the final quarter. Again, apologies for the score bug malfunction. It's being worked on has been worked on all game, still being worked on as we speak. That's why I'm trying to provide you as many verbal updates on the score and the time as possible, just in case that's getting annoying. But there is just under 4 minutes remaining. 16-9, Puerto Rico leads late in this game. Pass goes through the middle, backhand shot blocked before it got through. Falls through to the middle of the floor, still 14 seconds on the shot clock. Now Yapor from distance. Ramos has a lane, fakes the shot, passes down through the middle, and Robertson, a swinging stick save. His best one of the game thus far, as Ramos, with the beautiful fake, sends the feed into the middle of the floor. Now Hungary clears the zone. Still shorthanded for 1:20. 3:25 to play. Trailing here by 7. As Portnoy from distance, 10 to shoot. Skip pass to the near side, around a screen, off a body and into the corner. 5 seconds on the shot clock, so Puerto Rico will just take it and go on the run. Nelson Telemaco. His pass eludes his intended target. Robertson will eventually take it away. Looking up the floor now. Feeds a defender in front of his crease. Under 3 to play. 45 seconds remaining in the Hungarian penalty. It's Nathan Twisk. Lobs one. Over to the far side. Return feed now to him. Waiting near the center line. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock. Watched on by Wessel. Had a goal in transition back in quarter number 3. Twisk will just lob this one as the shot clock was about to expire. But here comes Irizarry. He's got the flow trailing behind him at the back of his helmet as he goes off for a change now. Gets back onto the bench as Lance Yapor takes a quick look over the penalty box. 4 seconds away from returning to 5-on-5 action. Perkins to Ramos. They'll play pass around the perimeter. 5 to shoot. Ramos shoots and a glove save by Robertson. Rebound falls back to Puerto Rico. Ramirez gets the reset. Ramos gets the feed. Instructing his offensive teammates to slow things down here as they go righty strong on this set. Pass goes through the middle. Scores! Sock trick for Lance Yapor. Left all alone after he spun through to the middle and just fires it home low past Dirk Robertson. And he is up to 6 goals in this game, George. I mean, somebody's got to stop this guy. But Hungary has been unable to do so in this one. And now the lead is, I mean, if it wasn't commanding before, it certainly is now. 17-9 with 1.5 remaining in the final quarter. Portnoy leaves for Twisk. He sidesteps his way near the perimeter, approaching the final minute of action here. Puerto Rico in their second game of the tournament after falling to Australia yesterday. Hungary in their first game. As Puerto Rico had a 2-on-1 forming, but the extra attacker peeled off to the bench. And now Phil Brady will just slow things down. Brandon Perkins gets the feed and waits near the center line. Final minute of action here. 52 seconds remain. Shot clock goes down to 6 seconds. Ramos waiting in front of his bench with possession, just lobs one to the corner, doesn't even want to reset. Robertson reaches out and sends it up the floor. Down to 35 seconds to play. Calburn leaves on a drop feed, heads off for a change. Likely the final offensive shift here for Team Hungary, watched on by Telemaco. Gets an extra whack in. Twisk gets the feed from distance. Lobs one towards the goal. That went off of a player and out of play. They'll say it hit a defender. Irizarry, I believe. So 15 seconds to go. Sidearm feed falls to Rio Mau, who takes it away with that new goalie stick that he received in that media timeout. Quick up, and as the clock goes down under 5 seconds, Puerto Rico will secure their first victory in their first ever World Championships, and they will storm the floor towards Michael Rio Mau and celebrate this huge victory for their country. 17-9 is the final. They wavered at moments, but found their footing when it mattered most. Backstopped by a huge performance, a 6-goal effort from Lance Yapor, and some crucial saves in the first half from Michael Rio Mau. But that's going to do it for now. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want some more action, Canada versus England in the men's division right around the corner. In about an hour's time, 5:30 is the start, and that'll be on ESPN Plus from this very floor. But we will step aside for now. For the entire cast of characters here in the booth, for cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, I've been Tino Farah, and we will see you next time.